What is density? Density, simply put, is the amount of stuff in a given part of an object. And in this case, stuff is mass, while part is volume. Volume is how much space an object takes up, and for example, Derek here is 10 cubic centimeters. He's a small guy. And mass is how much matter is in an object. Our cube here, has a mass of 10 grams. When measuring the volume of an object, you must always put the volume as a cubic centimeter as a measurement, because as when you're finding the volume of an object such as a cube, you have to multiply centimeters, the measurement, 3 times. So for a cube for 10 by 5 by 2 dimensions, then that would be a 100 cubic centimeters. When measuring mass, use a unit that is included in the metric system, as most of the world uses it. And when comparing results of a lab, we want conformity in the units so we can easily compare the results. By the way, don't confuse mass with weight, as mass is the amount of matter in an object, while weight is a force caused by gravity. Let's take a cube with a mass of 1000 grams and its dimensions of 25, 2, and 10 centimeters. Then its volume is 500 cubic centimeters, and its mass is 1000 grams. Density is the amount of mass in a given volume, and therefore you divide mass by volume, which equals density. So you can remember that as DMV, the place. So 1000 grams divided by 500 centimeters cubed is 2 grams per centimeters cubed. So we got cubes and other good shapes, we got that also. But then what are bad shapes? Take Derek. He's a bad shape, or also known as an irregular object. Then how do we measure that? A couple thousand years ago, great thinker Archimedes thought that if you put an object to a known amount of water, then the change in the water amount would indicate the volume of the object put in. In this case, 120 liters minus 100 liters equals 20 liters. This notion is known as water displacement. So if you have a known value of water, such as 100 liters, and then you add an object that you don't know the volume of, then the water level will rise, in this case 20 liters. So if the end result is 120 liters, and then we subtract 100 liters from it, the starting point, then we know that the key's volume is 20 liters. Furthermore, if its density is 10 grams, then 10 grams divided by 20 liters equals 1/2 grams per liter. Some may think, wow, this solves everything, we can find the volume of everything with this method. But no, in reality it's not. There's a lot of inconveniences with this method, including that if the density of the object is less than the water's, 1 gram per centimeter cubed, then it will float, which leads to inaccuracies. Also, if the object is relatively large, then it wouldn't be efficient to use this method, as a lot of water has to be wasted in order to find the volume. So now we know that in some cases, water displacement is not the optimal solution in finding the volume. But don't worry, there are other ways to measure the volume of irregular objects. So in conclusion, density is mass divided by the volume, and to find the volume of irregular objects, use water displacement. If it doesn't work, don't worry, and try and find another way. Thank you for listening.